This is my match video for the Rio Salado Sportsman's Club 2-gun/3-gun match, October 13th, 2018. I'm trying out a new Riton optics 1:8 first focal plane scope at this match. I mounted it to one of my KE19 carbines with SLT trigger and Foxtrot mic 16-inch rifle-length gas system barrel. I'm using my new carry pistol that started life as a Glock 19 frame. It features a KE19 Charlie slide with Leupold Delta Point Pro, Dawson Precision 425 height, tritium front sight, and Streamlight TLR8 light. Other features include the KE Arms carry magwell and flat carry trigger. Grip work and undercuts have been performed by Plead II. There was heavy rainfall the morning this match took place, somewhat uncharacteristic of Arizona in that we normally get about 30 minutes of heavy rainfall and then it's done with. But it did continue to rain for the duration of this match, so I wore my surplus Goretex jacket throughout most of the event. This stage was all pistol in the 2-gun divisions. There were a total of 18 steel targets to be neutralized. Most of it was pretty straightforward, except for this Texas star at the end that only allowed the shooter to see some of the plates through the bottom below the barrels when they engage them. I knock off the first 4 plates no problem. I do have to chase the last plate around 1 revolution before neutralizing it. There were only 4 people in my division, so I'm going to discuss overall match results. I was 3rd overall with 82.28% of the winner's score. This stage begins with the shooter engaging a single steel target that flashes when hit at 500 yards. I don't really know my holds for this scope yet, so it takes me a few shots to figure out where I need to hold at 500 with it. I do have a delay here dialing the magnification back down. Since I just got the scope, I do not have a cattail or throw lever yet for it at this match. The 500-yard target I engaged on 8 power, the rest of the stage I shoot on 3 power. I was 4th overall on this stage with 92.22% of the winner's score. This stage begins immediately following the first stage. The shooter must engage these 6 steel targets from the first box standing. Stepping on this activator sets off several moving targets. I engage the clamshell first, then the drop turner, then the swinger. I was 3rd overall on this stage with 67.63% of the winner's score. This is a short stage, so it's a good point to talk about how scoring and percentages work. The fastest time, being 10.3 seconds, is divided by every other time to get those percentages. 10.3 seconds is divided by my time of 15.23, giving me that 67.63 percentage. Those percentages are turned into points, with 100 points available per stage. The points are added up at the end of the match, and the person with the highest amount of points wins in their division. Likewise, the person with the highest amount of points overall wins overall. The shooter was required to start with rifle in hand. Beyond that, it was up to them to determine which paper targets they wanted to engage with rifle. I chose to engage the 6 paper targets in front of me with rifle before discarding it and finishing out the rest of the stage with my pistol, because I could do it in one continuous sweep from right to left. I was 9th on this stage with 68.39% of the winner's score. In the end, I was 1st in stealth 2-gun, taking 100 points on all 4 stages. Overall, I was 2nd out of 69 shooters. All in all, I would say this was a successful first test of my new carry pistol and a good first test of the Riton 1:8 scope. I will continue using this scope over the next few months at a number of different competitive venues to see how it performs under a variety of circumstances. Another point I will make about this match is that almost 40 people either quit or didn't finish all the stages before they left the match. Adverse weather conditions really mess with some people's level of motivation and mental state when competing. The reality is, at a club level match like this, we're only out in the weather for maybe 4 or 5 hours. Developing the will to prevail despite adversity is a critical component of being a competitor, as I've mentioned many times before in these videos. The same mindset is even more important if you believe you will ever need to use your firearms for any sort of martial application. Be well versed in adversity so that you can perform well under any circumstances you may encounter. Thank you for watching, and come back again for more match and multi-gun competition content.